Hi, my name is Taylor. I'm a reading and dyslexia specialist, the owner of Ascend Tutoring, and I have built a very successful private tutoring practice. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 steps I would take if I had to start my tutoring business from scratch. And if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you are someone who is a teacher that is interested in starting your own tutoring practice. And I just want to start by saying congrats, that's so exciting. It's so fun to have a fellow educator on the video with me and learning how to start a tutoring business. I'm hopeful that the information I share in this video will help you fast track the process of getting started with your tutoring business. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, so let's just get right into the 5 steps I would take and encourage you to take in getting started with a tutoring business. Step number 1 is to pick a business name. Now, this is a simple and really fun step because you want to think about a business name that describes you, that describes your tutoring practice, and describes a little bit of who you help or maybe a little bit of your mission. I know when I was sitting down, I still remember when I was first thinking about starting my business several years ago, and I was sitting down at the table, my family was all around, running around the house, and I remember just having a notebook and a piece of paper, and I was just trying to figure out what I should call my business, and I was playing with different names, and I needed to decide because I needed to get to step number 2, which is what we'll talk about next. And so I was just sitting there deciding, and I ultimately landed on Ascend Tutoring. For me, I was like, I want to help kids from where they're currently at and help them ascend, and that's kind of what helped me, and that was kind of a mission, and still part of my mission today is helping kids from where they're at and helping them grow and ascend. And so that's where I got my business name, Ascend Tutoring. But there are so many different options and names out there that you can really play with and tailor to you and who you help and also your mission. This one is such a fun and easy step, but it is one that will follow you throughout your tutoring practice. So it's fun, but also a little bit intimidating to think like, this is going to stay with me. Yes, you can do a rebrand or change the business name, but I think that sounds like a lot of work. So you definitely want to have one that you like from the beginning. And so have fun at creating and picking your business name. Now, the second step is definitely not as fun as the first step, but it is necessary. You're gonna want to make sure you get the legal parts of your business set up. So when I was first started, I first picked my business name, and then I looked into my local state laws and also just how it was governed in my state for getting my business set up legally. So in your state, you would look into business registration, getting your official business name, and then business registration, and also looking up any local laws around tutoring if you need to get a business license in your city, for example. So you kind of have to go through that legal process, and you just have to look into your state and your area to see what their process is and go from there in doing that step. It's not very fun, but it is necessary and required to get the back end of that all set up. The third step is getting really clear on who you want to help. And this also goes with like third step part 2, which is what are you good at and what skills do you have? So let's talk. Who do you want to help? What age range are you interested? What grades, what subject areas do you like? And specifically, it helps if you are in a program to become a teacher or you're already a licensed teacher. Generally, you kind of pick that when you're getting started or have an idea of that, right? So for me, it was elementary education. And so I kind of started helping kids in that realm, although I kind of in the beginning was just helping whoever wanted help K through 12. But then I started to narrow it down to elementary age kids because that was my passion. That's what I focused on. And now I have it niched down even more into specifically helping kids who have dyslexia. I didn't start that way. So there's kind of 2 ways you can go. You can just kind of pick an age range, pick what you're already good at and go for it. Or you can also start broader and figure it out as you go. But I do think it's helpful to pick and kind of have an idea of the area and age range that you want to help. And when you do that and you get really good at one or a couple of things, then you're actually able to charge more for your services because it's a specific niche area. So I find that very helpful. But again, just thinking through what are you already good at, what skills do you already have, and who would you love to help? And whether you start with that right away and you only help kids in that area, or you eventually niche down into a specific area, and it's helped me a lot in my business. Now, of course, like I said, I had to get started somewhere. In the beginning, I was just helping whoever wanted help, but I'm really grateful that I've niched down, and I do recommend at least thinking about what you are already good at and who you would love to help, and whether now or in the future, you can get to the point of having all of your dream clients. Now for step number 4, you are going to want to think about some of the function and setup of your business. Now, I actually find this very fun because you get to start to think about your schedule, your rates, and also the format of your session. So let me just give you some ideas as you're getting started in thinking about this. So first off, with your schedule, you want to think about what days and times you can work and have available. And I found it very, very helpful. Here's a little extra tip. I didn't figure this out until later on, but have set times and then work on filling those time slots. So have specific days and times and work on filling all of those time slots, and that will help your practice be more successful and getting you to the stage of being booked out, depending on how many days a week you want to work and how many sessions you want to have. Now, also thinking about your rates, you're going to want to think about what you want to charge, and there's a lot of different ways to go about this, honestly. When I first started, I just made up a random number and went with it. I was charging $25 an hour, and now I am making $60 an hour, and that's changed over time. My format and rates have changed, and I had to work up to that. But you are going to want to think about how much you want to charge, and there's a lot of factors that go into this, and if you want help kind of narrowing down what you should charge, or even getting yourself to charge more, I'd love to help you with that. And I'll tell you more about that in the end of this video if you would like some more help from me at any of these steps. And lastly, with step number 4, you are also gonna wanna think about the format of your sessions. So what I mean by this is, do you wanna do one-on-one tutoring? Do you wanna do group tutoring? Do you wanna do in-person? Do you wanna do virtual? Do you wanna do a combination of both? Just wanna start thinking about how you're gonna create and craft the format of your tutoring sessions and how you would like to do it. Personally, I work with kids one-on-one. I found that to be very effective and something that I really enjoy, but of course it's up to you and what you think is best. And the final step that I would take if I had to start my tutoring business from scratch would be to start advertising my services and get the word out there that I am available and ready to help anyone who wants my help. Now, I find this last step to be the most exciting, but also the most stressful. And that's because on the one hand, you are so excited to get started. You want to help kids. You want to use the knowledge that you have. You want to start teaching. And then on the other hand, you are like, I need to get clients. I want to make money. And so you're trying to figure out, how do I actually do this over here? But yes, I'm so excited over here. I can still think back to the early stages of my tutoring business. And I feel like for me, the clients started to flow pretty fast. There's so many people out there that I started finding that just really wanted their kid to get help. And I think the same will be true for you. You will see that there are so many parents and families and kids and young adults or whoever you're trying to help that are struggling, that need extra support. And so what you have to offer is super valuable, and you just have to get out there and find the people that would love to have your help. It is so much fun. I remember in the beginning, just every new client that I got, every new student that I got, as I started to see my schedule get more and more booked out, I had like this small goal at the beginning of how much I wanted to make in a month. And then I calculated how much I wanted to make in a month versus how many students I would need. And then I just slowly started to increase my goal and fill out my schedule and get more clients. And now I am where I'm at now. But it's just so exciting to get the process started and to start getting your first real clients. And I'm so excited for you to experience that and get to the 5th step. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope that this helps you get started at your tutoring practice. And if you would love more specific help from me as someone who has a successful, fully booked out tutoring practice and a wait list of clients ready to get into my practice, and you would like specific help on exactly how I did it, go more in depth in each of these steps, teach you everything that I know, then you can learn more in the description of this video on how you can work directly with me so that you can get to that end result of having a successful tutoring practice sooner. Good luck on your journey, and I will see you in the next video.